So this in-law unit slash Airbnb that we're making was really tight on space in the kitchen area, and we still needed a spot to be able to put the coffee maker as well as allow people to sit down and eat. We came up with this really long, narrow, high top bar, almost kind of table that would go permanently against the wall and accomplish these objectives. Additionally, one of the big attractions for this Airbnb was going to be being immersed in nature and all the hiking trails and stuff in the area. So we wanted to bring elements of the outdoors into the Airbnb itself. We figured we could do this by using some really pretty spalted pecan that I had for this bar top.
All right, so I got my two boards planed down to the same thickness, but my problem is now I don't have a straight edge on either side. And since I don't have a jointer, the best way that I know to do it is actually use my template, or I guess fence that I've made for ripping down plywood. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut one straight edge on each board, and then I'll take the boards and I'll run them through the table saw with the straight edge against the fence.
Another way to accomplish this without a joiner is using a joining jig on the table saw, which I've done on past videos. But for this particular project, since these pieces weren't that long, using this homemade guide was simple enough. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our future content.
Alright, I'm finally ready to finish this tabletop, and today I'm going to be using just a polyurethane finish, and that's just because I expect it to get a good bit of use, and polyurethane's pretty tough, takes scratches pretty well, so I'm going to do probably 2, maybe 3 coats of polyurethane. I'm just going to be applying it with a natural brush and then buffing it out with in between coats with 220 grit sandpaper.
So this table's only going to have one box-shaped leg, which sounds kind of weird, but give me about 1 minute and you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. But one side of this table is going to be cleated to the wall, and so there only really needs to be a single leg to help support the end that is unsupported.
Alright, so before I install the table, what I'm going to do is have this leg anchoring it on this end or holding it up. But then I'm going to do kind of a cleat against the back wall on these 2 studs, and then a cleat on this wall. And all that cleat's going to be is 2 pieces of angle brackets and then a piece of plywood that I can screw into the bottom of the table. So first I'm going to figure out how long my piece of plywoods need to be. So I'm just going to make sure they should be 16 inches on center, the studs. But I'm going to go ahead and just kind of put a mark where the studs are. So I got my 2 pieces cut, so they're a little over the size that I actually need. So for the back wall I need 16 3/8 is the center of the studs. So I'm just going to kind of roughly center that on here. Looks pretty good. I'll put a notch there, and then another one down here. And so those two spots are where these brackets are gonna go. And that way I can just kind of hold this entire thing up there, make sure it's level, and then I can anchor these two into the wall, and then the tabletop sits like that. I'm gonna go ahead and get these angle brackets anchored on both of these pieces, and we'll go over there and install it.
So it's kind of hard to tell what we were doing in this clip, but basically we put the legs where we wanted them to be, and then we held a level on top of the tabletop and put it in place and marked a line on the wall where the tabletop edge would be, as well as mark on the bottom of the tabletop where the legs would be.
All right, we got our lines. We got the spot for this end leg matched or drawn on the bottom of the table. So I'm gonna go ahead and anchor this to the bottom of the table, and then we can go ahead and put our cleats on and should be able to set the whole thing in place.
Solid. I don't know how the hell I'm gonna get the Keurig cord down behind that, but.
Alright, so the table's installed, but mistakes have been made. There is an outlet below this table, and originally the coffee maker was gonna go here, and the plug was gonna be plugged in under the table. However, because of the way we installed this table, which was not how we originally intended for this table to be, we were gonna actually buy a table. But we decided I had some extra pecan. We're gonna go ahead and make one. It looks really good anyway. And it does look great, but with the way it's installed, it is tight to this wall and this wall. So there's nowhere for this cord to go down between the table and the wall. Additionally, the cord on this coffee maker is pretty short. It wouldn't reach that outlet anyway. So what we're gonna do is patch into all of the electrical in the bathroom, which is fairly low amperage on that circuit. And there is a light switch right here anyway. And so all I'm gonna do is cut a hole right here, patch into the side of the box that has these light switches to get the power, install an outlet here, and that's what we'll plug in the coffee maker. And then I can finally show you the beauty shots of everything going on here.
It was not my intent to include the scope of installing a new outlet in this video, so what I did is I made a short. So if you want to go see how I installed that outlet, go look at the short shelf on my channel or click the link in the top of the screen. Otherwise, here are the final beauty shots. We really like how this table turned out, being nice and compact and not taking up a lot of space, and that beautiful pecan wood just bringing the outdoors to the inside. If you enjoyed this video, we got a whole playlist of our Airbnb modifications and upgrades queued up for you right here. And until next time, take a chance and make something.
Yeah, gross. I hate these stickers. Wasn't gonna need to sand this, now I'm gonna have to sand this.